Hello, hello, hello. Are we live? It's Saturday night. It is Saturday, May 24th. Welcome to the Starry Night Live. Welcome to the Star Room. My name is G, and we look at charts. We're here every Saturday, 9:30 p.m., except for the very last Saturday of every month. That's when we have a private lives. Private lives. Last Saturday of every month. If you want to be involved and get in on the list, because it is limited space available. They're private. They're very small group. Email is down below. Contact me for the details. All right. So I was a good girl. I got the business taken care of. Let me get the rest of my stuff smoked up here, and then we'll see who's all here in the chat. I got to find the damn chat. There we go. We just had Taffy in here a minute ago. I thought she was going to stay. She got all comfy and sat right there on the floor like she was going to camp out. But then once I got the blue starlights going, she stood up by the door, and I'm like, okay, she's ready to bail. She was here with us last week, which was a treat because Taffy hasn't been in here in a while. She's usually sitting with her people, having a good time, hoping to have another snack or another meal. You never know. All right. So we're in a countdown right now. I think we have Saturn entering Aries in a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. It's almost exactly 60 minutes from right now, I believe. I will have to check. I knew it was going to be like after the live already started. The last time I looked at it, I don't have it memorized, but I am an astrology geek, but I had checked it last week. Hold on, let me get this burning stuff somewhere safe. Where the hell do I normally put this shit? Hold on a minute. I should know these things by now. Okay, let's see who's all here. It is Saturday, and if you have not been here before and you do want your chart read, everybody who comes in a good way is welcome. I read everybody's chart who comes, but you got to get in the chat. We got to see your name. I have to have your birth digits. So again, email is right below the live stream. The digits are birth time, birth date, birth city. Yeah. And I need to know the birth time, right? I have to draw the charts up. And so I prefer to have them 24 hours in advance. But if it's a slow night, I'll create the chart as we're sitting here. And we'll look at everyone's charts. For those who need to spend extra time on their chart, that usually is given to you, if you give the channel a gift. Like if I see the channel got a gift and I'm like, oh, well, let me give a little bit more time on this person, right? You take care of me, I take care of you type of thing. So let's take a peek and see who's here. And let's see what kind of a night we're going to have. We might have another slow night. I think last week was slow, or it started really. Actually, last week we left. It was slow. And if it's slow, I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste my eyes. So if it's slow, we'll be out of here. As a reminder, next Saturday is the private lives, and it is full already. So it's full. There's no availability on that as of right now. And the June one, I think, has one spot left. I think, I believe so, as of right now tonight. And email is down below to get in touch with me for that. So let's see what we can take a look at. Okay, there's the chat. Let's see. All righty. So if we have Christy, we had it. I see you're here. We started a little bit of paranormal talk last week because we were done. There were no charts. It was going to be slow, and so tonight might, it's Memorial Day weekend, so it might be the same thing. And so, if we got people who have some stories, some paranormal stuff, that's fine. And I started talking, I have a little bit of history tonight. if it ends up like last week, to kind of finish off kind of where I left off last week. Because I didn't know the history. I did, but I didn't. It's been so long, so long. So I had to give a little refresher course. So I found a little bit of interesting information, and I thought, damn, this is exactly what I was talking about. I just didn't have the names and dates, and then the meat and the potatoes of the story, which is actually kind of an interesting story. So it's like a paranormal thing, but there's history involved. It's true events, and of course scandal surrounds it. It's just the way it works. So Stacy's here. What's going on, Stacy? I see you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You keep me organized. I appreciate your efforts and your time. And then yeah, we got Stacy and Christy. Mystic Road is here. Waving the pink hands. Hello, Mystic Road. Ah, thank you. Stacy said at Mystic Road, is this Francesca? Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you asked that right up front. Thank you so much. Because yeah. All right. That's good. We got that out of the way. Teamwork is here. What's going on, Teamwork? Teamwork's right on the business. She said, I'm passing. Yes, Saturn and Aries, right? That's right. The countdown, Saturn and Aries. This is it. Yeah. The long-term goals. And you'll be taking actions focused on your long-term goals, right? Yeah, because it's Saturn. Being structured, organized. The teaching is that Saturn doesn't do well in Aries. Does anybody have an opinion on that or a response to that? You know me, I always want to. Anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. I have some thoughts on it. Okay, so Christy, are you passing? Zazu is here. And I don't even know if it's Zazu. I say Zazu or maybe I say Zazu, but hello, Zazu. I'll have to learn how to say that properly. Christy said she's passing. Magically Intuitive is here. Hello, Magically Intuitive. Have you been here before under a different name? If so, let us know. What time does Saturn go into Aries? Yeah, you know what? Let me look. That's a good question. I literally think it's in about an hour or so. Let me check. I have a chart of the moment up already. I don't think I have it on that moment. Let me guess. It's not really a guess. I knew it was after the live had already begun, and I think I want to say like an hour into it. Okay, so here we have, yeah, I really think it's like at 10:35 or some shit, 10:40. Like, yeah. But yeah. When you got a Saturn at 29:59, yeah, hold on, let me see. 10:35, 10:37, 10:36. See, these are astrology geeks. 10:36 p.m. Central time zone, because that's where I'm at. I'm in the central time zone. So yeah, yeah. Wow. Because it's 9:39 where I am. Holy crap. Okay, less than 60 minutes away. Woohoo. There you go. Teamwork's got it all right there. Today's been thank you for asking, a much better day. Yesterday was just bonkers. Freaking bonkers. Yeah, it's, when you got someone who can't hear and they already have issues with their brain and then yeah, anyway, the communication was hard yesterday, really rough. And thankfully today was almost like like she flipped a new leaf this morning. It was very different. And I was like, oh yeah. This is good. I thought it was going to be way worse, but it wasn't. Magically Intuitive does G? No, I don't know that name. I'm glad you asked because I do not know that name, which means I don't have the digits. So, oh, Magically Intuitive is like, damn, here you go. Here's my digits. All right. Well, you knew to get in the chat. That's good. That's how you do it. And so we go in order, the way the names appear in the chat. Yep. We have an order here. And for those who want me to spend extended time on their charts, those are people who gift the channel. Otherwise, I'll read your chart, especially if I've never seen it before. I'll have to take a look at the basics. But yeah, if anybody wants to do that, you just go right below in the details. You got the Cash App and the PayPal or the Cash App and the Venmo. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I think Cash or what's the other one again? The PayPal, yeah, I don't know. Some people are like, "Oh, they're asking me for certain things, like information." I don't know. I just don't. Anyway, I just try to keep it simple. So, Gibson's here. What's going on, Gibson? How are you? Normally, if you want a reading, okay. All right. So Gibson is here. Yes, we like new people. That's great. Are you new to the channel altogether, or is this just you're new to the live stream tonight? Might be a slow night. Hello, Gibson. I see you. How are you doing? How you feeling? I'm saying your name properly. Originally, I think I said Zazu, and then I said Zazu. So is it Zazu, the first one? That's kind of miraculous. Am I burning something? I was. It's all good. All right, we got a list. Let me get to the list. Teamwork. Aries is bossy. So Saturn definitely not happy there. Well, Saturn is the boss, right? Saturn is the boss. Yeah. Yeah, Saturn is old energy, right? The mature adult, right? It's older energy where Aries is, yeah, the child of the zodiac, so to speak, right? Very different in that way. Yeah. But who's the ruler of Aries? That brings up a whole nother branch of discussion with that. Oh, I need a link. Okay, that's Stacy. She's up first. Where did I put that damn? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me star this so I can find it. Current list is Stacy. All right. Christy's passing. Then it's going to be Mystic Road, who is Francesca. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Teamwork is passing. Then it's Zazu. Then it's Magically Intuitive, who's got the digits and all that in there, the time, the location. Oh, wow. Really awesome. And then Gibson. All right. And yeah, Mars is the leader. That's right. Stacy said, I'm ready for a link. Christy said, y'all have a great night. All right, Christy, you take care. You take care. Let me get the link into this thing let me find the link. Invite. There we go. Let's get this puppy on the road. All righty. And there you go, Stacy. There's the link. And let's see what we got to do. Zazu. Well, I freaking love that name, Zazu. I love the way it sounds. Zazu. It's like Shazam, like I love that. All right, Stacy's here. Let me get Stacy on and then we will chat. And Stacy's got to get her microphone attached, it says. So let me find Stacy's chart. I'm sure she's got a question. All right, Stacy's ready to go, I believe. Let's get her in here.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Hi.
All right, I can hear you very good.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want you to be clear and loud so everybody can hear. Otherwise, it causes stress and frustration, and we don't want that.
So I
All
just have
right.
what is hopefully a simple question.
All right, what's going on?
I have COVID. Where does it show in my chart?
Oh, you got COVID, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's pull your chart up.
That's why Christy left.
That's why Christy left.
She's on my Facebook. And
Is she sick?
No. Christy's on my Facebook, and when I mentioned on Facebook that I had COVID, she said, I have a mask on as I'm typing this.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is the way to do it.
Yeah, I was just making a joke. It's like
Right.
Chrissy left because she doesn't want to get COVID from me.
Yeah. I hear you. Well, I didn't know if she had it and was like,
No.
okay, said my hellos, I got to go. All right. So let me get you up here on the screen and dun dun dun. So
Yeah,
funny. I have Stacy's dad. I know you're here. I've seen your chart 1,000 times. But why do I have Stacy's dad but not Stacy?
do
What the
you
hell?
have this
No, it's
one?
not under Eiley anymore. I got rid of that a long time ago because that was causing me so much confusion. It should be right here. What's going on?
Huh.
Ah, there it is.
Oh.
I found it. I have Stacy slash Eiley, but it still should be in the S's, and I got it. I mean, I know it's here, so like if there's ever a problem, then it's this silly ass software causing me stress. All right, let's get this on here. So when did you get sick?
Um. So I felt a little tired, but I just thought it was because I was doing stuff. But my first real symptoms were early Tuesday morning. Like I woke up like freezing and like violently shaking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd never experienced that before. And I was
Mhm.
like, huh, I should take a COVID test. Because I'd heard other people mention it, that's what had happened. And so I took one and it didn't even take 15 minutes. And I had to do like delivery and all that and have them deliver me
So
COVID
how the hell
tests.
does this work with someone who's with the rib situation? Holy crap.
I I don't have a cough yet, but I
Oh
do.
my god.
My doctor prescribed me the antiviral that
Yeah.
Pax whatever
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
and
That's
and a cough suppressant.
yeah, cuz with the ribs, man, holy shit.
I know that's what I was thinking, and that's why
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I know that I right now I would count this as like day number what Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, day number 4 of having COVID symptoms, and I'm on day 3 of taking the antiviral. So, the,
Okay, so the third house, Gemini energy,
uh huh,
um, the lungs. And it's interesting because that's like when Gemini season began on Tuesday. Like
yeah,
the
I don't
sun
have
went
it.
into Gemini then. And the interesting thing about it too is, I mean, Sedna is there, but you've got Juno at 0 degrees, you've got Sirius at 0 degrees, you've got a lot in Gemini actually.
Natally.
And then of course we talked about this, the square, which is you have your Saturn, right? You had a Saturn return, right?
Right.
Saturn on top of your Saturn.
Uh
But
huh.
this Saturn was already at 2941. Yours is at 2922. But then here's, you know, Sirius energy and Neptune together at that time. Um, so when I go over to your Aquarius, or I should say your third house, you have the Aquarius energy there, but that begins like at 14 degrees. So I'm looking to see the inflammation, like Mars at the opposition. You got Mars up there at 15 at the Mercury degree on that day. Mars was, close to your moon at 14, right? You got a moon there at 14.
Right.
And Mars is also Mars is also your malefic, right? Your great malefic. So Mars and inflammation usually can be attributed. So let me take another thing here. Let me take another look here. I know Neptune also is a big factor, and having Neptune at 1 degrees in Aries, the physical body.
That would be square my sun.
Yeah, yeah, and that was your concern too. You were like, I'm going to have Neptune, in the comments under one of the videos you had mentioned that.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh shit. Well, but it takes multiple things, not just that one thing. Normally it's going to be multiple things. So again, it was the sun and Sirius together squaring your sun in Cancer. Um, but Jupiter at 25 degrees in Gemini, and now it's at 26. Because your Gemini energy runs into, you've got like a couple of degrees in Gemini in your 8th house.
Right.
And Pluto and Mars rule that, right? Like that's
Right.
their home. So this Pluto by transit, it's at 3:45 retrograding. Um,
So far, I don't feel real bad. I mean, other than that, the
well, they
first,
gave you a bunch of stuff and you're taking it, right?
yeah.
Yeah, well, that
Well,
helps.
no, I'm not taking the cough suppressant because I'm not coughing.
Oh, okay. So you didn't. Oh, I understand.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I'm
Well,
just
that's good.
taking.
Yeah, if you don't need to take it, don't take the shit. But yeah,
Yeah, I just basically I'll get tired,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
and I'm achy. But like
yeah. The achy thing. Yeah, yeah,
I've rearranged the living room and I gave Chloe a bath today and
yeah.
I don't. I mean, people are
Well,
like,
the
"You're
main
supposed
thing
to
is
be
that you don't have
resting."
like a history of respiratory issues.
I do have mild asthma.
So that would explain why he went ahead and made sure that he gave you the whatever the hell, I forget what you said it was called, but I know what you're talking about. Because
Yeah,
you have history, you have asthma,
right,
and the last thing you need is any more complications with breathing.
right.
For people with asthma, people who are prone to get like pneumonia and just any of that crap, it can turn, it can turn into something. Yeah.
And it can change so quickly too. So
That's what I'm
or
saying. So here, pay attention to this. Your
okay.
natal Neptune at 19 in Scorpio,
Uh
12th
huh.
house. So this is a lot of water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look where the transiting Mercury up in the sky was. Exact opposition, 19 degrees. This is on Tuesday. I have this chart drawn up because you said it's when the symptoms came on.
Right.
So Mercury lungs, right? It's in Taurus at 19. It's an exact opposition to your Neptune, which is at 19.
Okay.
And well, that's having those little things. It's not going to necessarily be one gigantic big thing. It's usually a lot of the little connections that are made. Now
Right.
let's see the connection to your natal Mercury. Oh, your natal Mercury's in water. That makes sense. If the asthma and it's in the 8th house.
Uh huh.
Okay. So let's see. That's a 24 degrees you've got.
That's yeah.
Your
Pisces.
Mercury.
Yeah, that's a Pisces degree.
Yeah. So right. Yeah, even more. Lots of stuff. Pisces and Scorpio energy and Cancer energy, water prevalent. So, yeah, that's the other thing. Your natal Mercury is always in a T square all by itself. And, because of your 5th house and your 11th house cusp lines are at 23 in cardinal energy. You know that, right? Like you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So your Mercury, right? So you look at that and you think, okay, there could definitely be some, whether it's communication or the lungs, but lots of water, lots of water. And then I'm looking at the opposition to that Mercury. So we're going to go to the Capricorn. And yeah, you've got Salacia there. But see, these are things you always have
Mm-hmm.
in your natal chart. And I don't see the opposition to that. You do have a quincunx though, because we have, and these have been sitting here. You see Pallas Athena in air at 24 in
Okay.
Aquarius. Okay, it's in Aquarius, Pallas Athena. So that's an exact quincunx to your Mercury on that day. Irritation, quincunx energy,
Right.
and Pallas Athena's in your third house. You follow? The
Uh huh.
lungs, more Mercury energy. So we've got that little piece there. So I'm basically connecting lots of little things
Okay. And
that
that's kind of what I figured. I
that
mean,
can add up to it. But Neptune being a big deal by transit, because it's Neptune and Aries. And, we think of Neptune in terms of, I think Neptune rules pandemics, first of all. And then, second of all, it's in Aries, it's the physical body. It's the physical body. So, what do we think of with Aries? The head.
right.
So, where are your symptoms felt?
Basically all over my body. I have a little bit of sore throat. I've had a headache off and on, just a mild one. It, the first time I got a headache, I thought I was getting a migraine, but Advil
Yeah.
took care of that.
She was like, thank
Uh,
God it's COVID
yeah.
instead of the migraine.
um, yeah, and then just
Yeah.
tiredness,
Yeah.
so
Drained.
far, and
Yeah.
sneezing and a little congested, and
Yeah. Tired is
thankfully,
a word
yeah.
for Neptune. Sleepy. I need to sleep. I need to rest. Those are all Neptune keywords, man.
But I don't start out that way. In the morning, I wake up and I'm fine.
You just don't have the energy you normally have. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm fine. And then by the afternoon, I'm
Yeah.
like, gee, maybe I shouldn't have done all that stuff.
Yeah. The gas tank is empty. Yeah.
Yeah.
You tire easily.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, that's, the stamina's gone. Like that's, yeah, when people are under the weather, you're not feeling good. That's a big part of it.
yeah. Chloe's like,
Um,
let's play.
yeah.
I'm
So
like,
yeah, there's just a lot of little things here. And quite frankly, had you not gone through the stuff you went through the previous 2 weeks prior to these other things connecting, it very well might have been that you had, because you went through a lot. Or
oh,
I should say
yeah.
the month before. You've gone through quite a bit of stuff. So had you not gone through all that craziness, like your immunity level probably would have been higher, and you might have had COVID and not had any symptoms. Do you know what I'm saying? Like not even have felt it,
Yeah.
especially by the way you're describing it now.
Yeah, I think I've had it before,
Yeah.
but based on actually being tested twice
Yeah.
positive and the
Yeah.
symptoms that I'm having now compared to a couple other times of how I briefly felt,
Yeah.
looking back and thinking, huh, I
Mhm.
wonder if I would have tested positive for COVID then.
Sure, it's possible. Absolutely. You know, I mean, the things evolved. It's easier to catch, but it's also not as nearly deadly as it once was, you know?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah.
I was
So
bummed. I was like, I've dodged it all this time.
well, if for people who have breathing issues, um,
Yeah.
asthma and stuff, it's best that you've got it now where you're like, I'm handling it. I've got it, but it's usually the body aches and stuff, and
Oh, that sucked. That one
yeah,
morning,
that and
I
the
thought
coughing. The coughing really just blew me out of the.
I haven't had coughing
It
yet,
was bad
thankfully.
pain.
I hope I don't get it.
Yeah,
Um,
well, like I said, don't mess around because of the ribs. If that starts and you take, yeah, I would not even hesitate. I'd start taking that shit if I started coughing. But honestly, in general, I noticed as soon as the sun went into Gemini, um, I noticed, like, even for myself, like this little tickling, kind of annoying, just a little I mean, like once a day, I'll have it and I'll be like, what the hell? And I got to take a sip of water. And it's like, I don't know, it's just, yeah, whatever, it's the lungs, like stuff gets activated and it's just the season. And it's been really dry too. All right. Are you still with us? I don't hear you any longer. I think she left and I don't even know it. Hello? Can anybody else hear me? All right, Stacy, I think you're gone. You have a good night. I hope that answered your question. All right. There we go. I guess Stacy was like good night and left. Who knows? I'd be babbling on and on. All right, so let's see. Let me find that list and see who I'm going to. Let me get to the next person. After Stacy, Christy, Pass, Mystic Road, Francesca is here. All right, Francesca, let's see what we're doing, what we're looking at. I don't know if you wanted the link. Here's the link for you, Francesca. Or I should say Mystic Road, because we're going in order of how people appear in the chat. And let me find Francesca's chart. And let's see here. Is Francesca? Well, let's take a wild guess here. What was it last week or the week before? Capricorn dude, right? Isn't that who she has? She had a Capricorn dude story. All right, let's see. Let me get. Yep, Francesca's here. Let's find out. Let's get that out of there. Hello,
Can you hear me?
hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear
Oh,
you
okay.
loud and clear. Very good.
It was the
Excellent.
Gemini.
Oh, the Gemini. Oh, but then I thought there was a Capricorn or maybe that was the first one.
Yeah, he was the
Can't
first.
keep track.
I know.
All right. So is that what we're looking at?
I was just wondering, like, does your chart change every day, or
Your natal chart doesn't change. That's the chart you were born with. That's who you are. What
okay?
changes every day are the planets up in the skies that are moving.
Is
But the moon changes every 2.5 days. It goes into a different sign. You follow what I'm saying? So when the moon moves, depending upon your chart, if you have a sensitive moon, you would be sensitive to the moon as it changes the signs, which is
okay?
where journaling, like astro journaling, really comes in, because then you can gauge your own personality and kind of track it with the astrology and be like, oh shit, like it's the best the best astrology lesson there is. Did that make sense?
Yeah,
So have you been noticing changes and that's why you're asking that question?
yeah. I just wanted to see like what's going on right now.
Okay, so you want to know what's going on right now. All right, let me get this other chart out of here and let me get this other chart up so we can take a quick look for you. All right, pretty amazing. You were number 2 tonight. Holy crap, right?
I know.
Okay. All righty. So you have a Gemini moon. And that, yeah. Is it going to light up? Yeah, Gemini moon. So when you have a Gemini moon, depending upon the sign that the moon is in, like I think right now the moon has moved into Taurus, actually. Let's double check this. Yikes, that's a lot. Yeah, the moon's at 5 degrees in Taurus right now. So people who have a Gemini moon, your mind and what you think about will be connected to the sign that the moon is in. You follow what I'm saying? And the Gemini moon, Gemini mind is busy. Okay. And yeah, moon is in Taurus. And what's Taurus? Love and desire.
Mhm.
Right? And at 5 degrees, it's about romance. Yeah. So that's what's going on right now. That's what's going on right now. Now, the other thing with that is you just had the moon on your Saturn, because you have a 3-degree Saturn in Taurus. And so the moon was just on it. So that would have been during the day today, like from the time you got up till now, because the moon will move every 2 hours, it moves 1 degree. You follow?
Yes.
Yeah. So 8th house is a flash to the past, commitments and bonds, bonded, deeply bonded, emotionally bonded energy. You got Saturn there. So there's, you know, like a long time. Saturn makes you wait. It's a long time for bonded energy. Um, it's a retrograde Saturn, so it can, it can be the authority figure. But the bigger deal is that with your chart, that Saturn is your great malefic in your chart. Yeah. So that just means everybody has a malefic, right? We either have Saturn or we have Mars. You have Saturn. And so your Saturn and the moon being on it is what was happening today. So 8th house is wounds. There's some history and some wounds. And usually vulnerabilities with deeply bonded energy. Energetically bonded can be people we were physically intimate with, people we were emotionally intimate with. There's intimacy with the 8th house. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the other thing. Mercury and Uranus were conjunct today. So Algo can be a little wicked. Algo's sitting there at 26. Uranus is at 27, the mind and communication. And Mercury just moved to 28 degrees. But what it does when it's connected to Uranus, it wants to do something different and new and exciting. Now, remember, it's in Taurus. You follow?
Yeah.
So, this is your 9th house where these are located, where the Mercury, my mind and my communication and who I'm talking to, and the Uranus, which is exciting and different and free. Like I want to do just something I've never done before, or something where I can feel a sense of independence and freedom. Like you can't tell me what to do, or you can't limit me in any way. So it could be a new communication. It could be a sudden communication because it can be surprises and sudden and a change, a switch up, breaking a routine even. That was today. And there might have been talk or thoughts about the future because it's in your 9th house. That's the future, the 9th house. Sometimes it's vacation, like making a plan for vacation, or even thoughts about travel. Mercury and Uranus. Thoughts about travel, making travel plans. It could be, there can be a whole lot of things. It might just be a curiosity about learning something new, maybe even religion comes up and spirituality possibly and religion. And, it's the 9th house, beliefs and freedoms, philosophy on life. And you have Mercury at your opposite. Okay, so you have Mercury in Saggy, which is the 9th house as well. So there's like this mutual reception type of thing that goes on because now you have Mercury up in the sky sitting in your 9th house of Saggy, even though you have Gemini and Taurus there. I know this is complicated because there's a lot of different energies in one place. So it's talking, values, love, money, but desires is big with Taurus energy. And then Mercury down in your 3rd house, communication is big. Again, talking about the future. And this could be coworkers, classmates, peers, someone that you're familiar with but not familiar with, but new and exciting. Remember, you got a Mars that likes excitement. You got a Mars in the 5th house in Aquarius. So this Uranus up here that was talking to the Mercury, it rules this Aquarius here in your 5th house. You follow?
Yeah.
So that it when I'm pointing to the connections, it's almost like you understand that they're all like on a conference call together. You follow? They're
Yeah.
always communicating. And then you got the transiting Mars and Leo in your 11th house. That's ruled by Uranus. You see that? So I think we mentioned it before, like having different communications and conversations and possibly opportunities. And I don't know if that's still happening for you, but for a person who has Uranus, your natal Uranus in Libra energy, it talks about new and different and unique, but sudden, and changes can come. And just, yeah, wanting to have a good time, but looking for partnership too, because it's Uranus in Libra energy. Yeah. And then, of course, now you've got Neptune sitting there in your 7th house. And this Neptune 143, it's connecting to your wound, your Chiron, the wound about the relationships, significant one-on-one relationships and partnerships. You've got a Chiron there too. So this Neptune's touching that. Again, this Neptune should be healing this because it's getting really close. And the Neptune retrograde is actually, it's going to actually stop at the 2 degrees on your Chiron. So this is significant. And if I'm not mistaken, way back the first time I ever looked at your chart, I think that was one of the first things we talked about, because that's what just came up. Like there's a healing that has to occur from the past. It was that and your Saturn, because it talks about partnerships, but also the deep bonds and the wounds from the past. All right.
Okay.
Does it all make sense?
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad it makes sense. And I
Thank
hope
you.
this has helped you. Yeah, you are welcome. You take care.
You too. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right. Shazam. Man, lots of stuff. I know. When everything is connecting like that, did you see, like, in her chart, the connections were strong. The Uranus all the way around the chart, like Mars in her 5th house in Aquarius, but then the transiting Mars right now in her 11th house in Leo, right? I mean, it's almost like when you have that going on, it's like you can't escape it. Whether there's somebody physically present, and tempting you, or someone who's, communicating with you, whether that's really happened, like whether you're getting phone calls and communications, either way, it's in your head. It's in your head anyway, because it's all over the chart. It's in your head. And it's like, good God. I talk about it like it's a haunting. Because to me, even if it's something desirable and appealing, like something I want, but if it's just like never ending, do you know where it's relentless? It's almost like, God, that's like a nightmare. Like, chill. I just need like a break. I just need can I have some rest from that, instead of a constant like waterfall. And with the connections that she had, that's kind of how that looked, like a constant waterfall, whether someone's communicating with her or whether it's just always in her head. And yeah, it's like a haunting sometimes. All right. So let me see if I can find this list, and we're going to move on. We are moving on to Teamwork's Passing. So it's Zazu. Look at that. Look how fast that went. Zazu, you are up next. Present. Let me get the invite button for you. I think you came on last time. You don't have to, though, but I'm going to throw this down here for you in case you want it, Zazu. There's the link for you. It's your turn. Let's see here. Did I do it? I did it. Zazu is next. Oh, thank you. All right. Hey, Haffers, I see you snuck in. Good to see you. What? My phone was saying something weird. All right. Is Zazu here? I dropped the link for Zazu. Zazu, are you here still? Yes, Zazu is here. Okay, let me get the chart. Let's see. We're going to go through these really kind of fast here. Let's see. Zazu. Did I put it under Zazu? I think I did, although I can't really remember. Sometimes I think yeah, it's down there. We got you. Zazu. Yeah, it's such a cool name. Okay, so I got Zazu's chart. And okay, so all right, Zazu might be trying to get on right now. I don't know if she, sometimes my phone's doing something weird. I mean, welcome to the life, right? Oh, I'm thinking of, yeah, let me thumbs up. Let me go and put a thumb up for the live stream. Yeah, let's do that. All right. I did it. I actually did it. Very good. I remembered. Did everybody else remember to do that? Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you don't think what I'm doing is of any value, you don't give it a thumbs up. I get it. But if you think of what I'm doing is of value, then yeah, that helps the channel out a lot. I appreciate it. At least that's what they tell me, that it helps out a lot. We'll see. We shall see. All right, we got Zazu's chart, and we got Zazu in the green room. Let's get her on the screen so I can hear what's going on, or if she needs me to, and like what's the deal? Let's get this going. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me, Zazu? Oh, I hear you, but it's so faint. It's like
Let's see if I can. I
okay,
can. It's
you were
fine.
getting a little bit better. Yeah, whatever your device is that you're using, like you just got to get right on that microphone.
Device is so.
All right, we'll count to 10 for me. We'll see if we can hear you. 1, 2. Oh, I don't even hear her at all now. Oh, it might be the internet then.
Well, my daughter was here last to help me, and she's not here tonight.
Well, I heard you say that your daughter was here to help you and she's not here tonight. I heard that. It might be the internet. Oh, wait. Are you there? Well, why don't you tell me, is there something that I'm looking at specifically?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Me?
I heard that. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? I heard that. Um,
I'm wondering about. Oh, I'm wondering about. I can hear you.
all right. Well, then let me know what I need to look at. Is there something in particular or just whatever comes out? That sounded so wrong. Whatever comes out.
I'm. Um, I'm I'm wondering if you can do anything about finances.
Oh, I don't even know what you said. I heard I'm wondering if, and then it's like I'm getting you in bits and pieces, I think. All right, well, do you want to put it in the chat maybe? Because I might be able to read that better because I can't hear it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. It's probably an internet thing because that's kind of what it sounds like. So it would probably be on your end because it's only picking you up like every third word or something. I know, technology, right? Can't live with it, can't live without it. Sometimes it's like, man, like the live stream tonight. I had to put it up 4 times, literally. I did it 3 times, and every time I tried to, I hit, and it just disappeared. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? And finally, the 4th time it worked, and I'm like, good, because I'm ready to just call it a night right now. I think I'm just getting used to shit not working, and I just don't even, it doesn't phase me anymore, which is great because it used to drive me. I mean, I used to just go absolutely bonkers. Okay, so it's saying, yeah, it's saying you're not even there now. It's, yeah.
I'm here. I'm
Oh,
here.
you are, because it's saying, okay. I would love to continue with my designs, but do not know if that is really my path. Oh, okay. That's easy enough. Let's take a look. You don't know if that's your path. So we're looking at your natal chart then. That's not okay. Let's take a look at that. I mean, let me see. Here's one of the things that you're talking about designs. So what I would, without even looking at the chart, it's creating. And to me, um, definitely always keep creating. Like never give up on the creating. And I know it can be difficult because people feel like, well, doesn't seem to get much attention or it's not paying the bills or whatever, but you got to ask yourself, do you enjoy it? Does it give you joy? Is it satisfying for you? Because as long as it does those things, then it's worth it if for no other reason but that. Because that's
Yeah.
actually in this in the world that we live in today, like that is a very valuable thing. And a lot of folks don't know where their happy place is. You follow what I'm saying? And that there's no amount of money. Like people pay really good money to try to be in a happy place. And they spend a lot of money to try to purchase happiness. And well, they end up just keep on spending and spending and spending because they can't find it. And it's not something that can be bought. A happy place cannot be bought. So I know others would definitely argue with me, but my belief is that if it was purchased, it's temporary. It's a temporary happy place. Let me get your chart on here before I babble on any longer, and let's kind of go a little bit. Because I kind of want to see. So your designs, like you got a Capricorn moon. All right, let me do this. I'm just trying to get your chart on the screen and it's giving me difficulties. Here we go. I think we got it. All right. So yeah, so she's got a Capricorn moon, which is all about building. What am I building? I'm working towards something. Normally it wants to be material and tangible. Because that's Cappy. The ruler Saturn, it's material, it's hard. I can knock on it. I can hold it in my hand. And well, yeah, I think we talked about this. You've got Pluto in your south node in Leo at 8 degrees. So the
I'm seeing
beauty,
eights all the time.
yeah. That's that you got to create with that energy. You got to keep creating.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I want
It
to
trines
do.
your sun. Your sun is 7 degrees. You got to keep creating. The sun is an expression of who you are, and so is Leo energy. Now, the thing is that if you're creating, well, I guess my question I'm thinking is why are you doubting it? Why do you feel like I don't know if this is my path?
I suppose because I haven't been extremely financially successful at it.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I hear you. The way to look at it then is kind of like what I said, which
Yeah.
is, you've heard the saying, the starving artist.
Yeah.
Well, you know, your stuff is going to be deep because it's the Pluto and the South Node at 8 degrees. And the whole point, and maybe you haven't tapped into this yet, but when you do, it will be powerful. It will be deeply emotional. And stuff that's deeply emotional usually gets people's attention.
I do one of a kind designs, and
Mm-hmm.
and indeed they are unique, and I incorporate a lot of amulets and spiritual um, pieces
Uh-huh.
in them. So it is a very specific clientele that would be drawn to these pieces, and
Yeah.
so and they're extremely time consuming.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
that's
yeah, I
the,
know.
you know
Yeah.
yeah.
And you never get the amount of time you put into it. Like, that's just, yeah,
No, no,
never.
no.
You'll never get back the time you put into it. That's just, yeah. So the thing with the number 8 is that is the Pluto number. And so there's and even by what you've kind of described, it's a very specific clientele, people who are looking, because it should be and bring about transformation and healing.
That's my intention, is that when someone sees something in the piece speaks to them, and they usually say that. They said, "Oh, wow, this is," uh, I, when I do sell something, I write about what the piece is, where it
Yeah.
came from, what the gemstones mean, what everything I know about it, I include with the piece.
Hmm.
And people often say, I mean, I would say 98% of the time say, "Oh my God, that's exactly what's going on with me."
Hmm.
So it's like, how do I find these people? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So um, you have to find that connection, and finding that connection would be, I mean, I can think of different places where I've seen something that might be similar, like at least in the same category of what you've just described.
Yeah,
And you usually find those folks, you know, like new age stores,
right,
places that literally sell those stones.
right.
So whether they have vendors that they welcome, or people who like do readings, or because it's kind of along those lines. It's kind of because it's you call it a design. So, and I'm not asking you to like give away what it is that you do. Um,
Well, I don't mind that. I do jewelry and I do clothing and I do accessories. I just do whatever I feel like doing at the time.
yeah.
And
Um,
so bags, belts, jewelry, jackets, skirts, whatever I feel like doing, because I only like to do what I feel like doing.
yeah. Yeah. Oh no, I completely get it. And you want people to, yeah. If it speaks to them, they'll want it. You
Yeah,
know,
and
it's
so I don't
it's
want
connecting with those people, finding those people and connecting with them.
yeah, and so I don't know if it's in my chart to keep trying to do that, or whether, like right now, I'm pouring all my energy into landscaping, and it's brutal work,
Yeah,
but it's a way for me to create, you know.
absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely. Well, it's the creative energy. And so it, yeah, you have, we think of Gemini energy as the salesperson, and that's what you're kind of looking to do. You want to connect with people who are buyers, because you're a seller, is what you're saying. You actually want to sell what your product is.
yes,
And you have Uranus in Gemini, you have Mars in Gemini, you have Saturn there, and you even have Saturn, a retrograding Saturn. And the retrograding Saturn, I mean, Saturn all by itself creates slowdowns. It says, this is your goal. It's not going to happen overnight. And it requires a commitment from you, and a price. And the price is your time and
yeah,
your hard work. And it's right on your second house cusp line of income and money. And it's Gemini right there. So it is there. You have it there. But at the same time, Saturn is a retrograding Saturn too. Now, the good news is that if this birth time on your chart is accurate, Saturn is not like your malefic planet, right? And I say that's good,
yeah,
um, because it's actually Mars. And didn't we talk with you where you weren't feeling good, and so you're feeling better now? Is that correct?
yeah. It's weird. I have all these skin issues. It's like
That's Saturn as well.
Yeah, it's like I'm old. I'm,
She said, "I'm old, damn it."
and so my skin is thin. I had some heart surgery, so I just have bruises and weird shit happening to my skin,
Yeah.
and so I have to be just really careful. And
Well, you sound pretty darn active.
I've been pushing myself. I've been pushing myself actually,
Mhm.
and I was encouraged because a couple of weeks ago, when you looked at my chart, you said, I believe you said something about something shifting at the end of this month, and that things were going to perhaps be a little bit brighter. Uh,
Mhm.
and I'm not sure if I understood that correctly or not. Did I? Did I?
Yeah, we were looking at it, and you had, I can't remember exactly what it was, but you I can't even remember if it was a Saturn thing.
I don't recall either.
Um, but I think you said you had low energy then.
Yeah, and I have way more energy now. I have way more energy.
Yeah, that's what I remember. It was something about your energy, um, and whatever I said moved, and that's what we were waiting on, and the end of May is when that move was supposed to happen, and you would have had more energy. Um, yeah, looking at it now, I'm like, "God, what did I say?" I would have to I'm sure it's on the replay on the channel. I
I'll
think I put
go.
that yeah.
I'll go look at it, and I'm also signed up for the June
Yeah, the private lives,
small.
yep,
Right. So
yep.
I don't. I've never done that before. So do you go into more depth on those sessions?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you know in advance what it is you want me to look at, let me, just send me an email,
Okay. Okay.
so that I already know that ahead of time for you, and then that way
Okay.
I know specifically what you want me to focus on
Yeah.
for you.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate. I really appreciate what you're doing, the work that
yeah.
you're offering, and the fact that you're committing yourself each week to this is absolutely amazing.
Well, I'm an astrology geek, so it satisfies that for me as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do, I
I
do.
get a little bit out of it in that way.
Good, good.
Yeah, but,
Are you
yeah,
able to hear me better? I put the
yeah, it
ear
sounds way better. We're not having any problems at all now.
oh, good. I put the earphones in and plugged it into the, computer, so I think
Perfect.
that's the answer there, so that
Yes, the
pleases
microphone.
me. Yeah,
All
great.
right, write that down. Use the mic
I'll
use the
I'll
headphones.
I'll be ready next
Yeah,
time. Thank you, Jeannie.
excellent,
Have a gr
excellent.
have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too, you too. Thanks for the questions.
Okay, sending you
Alright.
much love. Bye.
Yep, thank you. You too. Bye-bye. Alright. I'm glad she was feeling better. Um, yeah, I just remember it was about the energy. I don't remember specifically what it was, and anyway, I'm so glad. Okay. But yeah, Saturn is the skin. I know it doesn't even make sense, does it? With my designs, but do not know if the oh, I see. So she's trying to gotcha. Okay, I didn't even see any of that. Yeah, we'll go further. I'm sure that's probably what she's gonna want to talk about. All right, so see already Saturn teaching Aries. Ooh, Zazu, are you still here? Gibson's got some ideas for you. Okay, Stacy, thank you. So is Magically Intuitive still here? Magically Intuitive, are you here? I need to see you pop up into the chat to say, yes, I'm here, because I'm not going to create a chart if someone's not here still. Her Saturn is the same as Cora Marie, born last month. Is Cora Marie doing good? And the other, you had 2 babies born. So, or a natural history museum, email large enterprise with a contract. Wow, Gibson doesn't mess around. She's like, bam. Designed via a cruise line. Wow. Yeah, those are things I never would have thought of. But yeah, they sound well, she sounds like she's got a lot of different things that she does. But from the one that she was kind of describing with the stones and stuff. Yeah, I didn't even ask her if she's been in like a new age shop or places that, I don't even know if they call them those new age shops anymore. What the hell do they call them? I don't know. Place you can go and buy stones and incense and all that stuff. Um Going once, going twice. Yeah, see the other magically intuitive probably bailed. People don't like to wait. Hey, sorry, but not. Some people go to sleep. Absolutely. Ray Finkel, that really sounds familiar. Gibson is next. Yay, let's go, Gibson. Cora Marie is great. Dahlia is on her first vacation in Florida. And third grandchild this year should be here on October 26th. Oh my gosh. October 26th. Oh my gosh. I think I have a family member with that same birth. I'm still here. I couldn't turn it off. Oh, Christy, what are you doing? You're playing games with us. She's up to something, huh? How do I know that Ray Finkel? Where do I know that name from? I don't know. All right, let me get on the ball here. So Gibson, you're next. Are you ready, Gibson? The name sounds familiar, but I don't think I have a chart for Ray Finkel. All right, Gibson is here. Woohoo! Let's get Gibson in here. Oh, let me get Zazu out of there so that she's like, what the hell? There you go. I got you out. I should have done that earlier. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
You're so loud and clear. That's great.
How are you?
Oh, yes. That makes
it's always...
look, she's got like the blue light going or the black light going. Ooh. Do you got a paranormal story?
I'm in bed with my son's dog, Argo.
Oh, that's okay. That's good, right?
Yeah, it's not intentional, but there we go. Here we go. Yeah, I can't see.
Oh, you know how the dogs are. And you even have sunglasses on.
Oh, eyeglasses.
The reflection. Oh no, they look like sunglasses. They're your regular glasses, but because it's the blue light effect probably from the computer, huh?
Yeah.
So, do you have a paranormal story?
Well, I do kind of, but it's not as like paranormal as y'all's stories.
Oh no, that's okay. See, I don't want people to be intimidated. That's why I don't like sharing my shit, because then people be like, okay, either it's fake. Do you know what I'm saying? Did she make that up, or I don't have
I'm not
anything
ready to share
that or like that, or
I'll
and I don't want
share
people to feel intimidated.
Night. Well, because I'm a little bit tired. I took Argo on like 4 walks today. And
oh Lord.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just he's now so sore. He's on my bed. I don't think I can get him off my bed.
What kind of a dog is Argo?
Like a yellow lab, but a mix.
Oh, it's a big dog. Okay.
Yes.
No wonder.
He likes cottage cheese.
Oh, well, okay. As long as it likes him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not a problem.
There's no problems.
But I mean, he has to go up 5 flights of stairs every time. Like he has to pee. Bless his heart.
Oh,
whoa. I know. I think about. I know.
So that means you're trucking up 5 flights of stairs with him.
Oh yeah. Well, I
let him out
down those. Yeah, and two of the flights are exterior black iron, like escape stairs.
Shit. Holy shit! Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh my God! Like what? Where the hell do you live?
I know, a dump.
Like I'm in the penthouse and I don't like the elevator, so we just do the emergency exits.
No elevator. No, it's an old house. and they built to be able to access the upper apartments. They built
Yeah.
these black.
Well, it sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it was cool for a while.
Oh, gotcha. Well, yeah,
But
yeah,
then you
like
have to
10 years
add
ago
all the
when you were
extras
10 years
like,
younger, it was really cool.
oh God, yeah. Well, no, but I like it up here. It's
Hell
fun.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, except when it's like 110 outside.
Oh, I know. Well, I got like 10 huge ice packs in my freezer, so I just like lay on them when it gets really hot in here.
That's a good idea. Or
Yeah.
one of those, what are those towels? Dennis uses them because he sleeps out in his
Yes.
truck.
Yes.
What are those called?
The cooling ones. I don't. Oh God,
There's a
Margo, you're
name for
killing
those,
me.
and I keep forgetting to mention it to one of my housemates because he cuts the lawn, and,
Oh, so it's like a
you kinda
kerchief, right? It's a
well,
cooling kerchief.
it's like a big piece of, like, microfiber, polyester microfiber piss, so you dunk it in, like, ice water, and you literally it's just a towel that you wear, like, across your neck, and it's big. It's made to go around your neck and partially on your chest and your back, and
Oh
people
my
who work
God.
outside in the summer use them,
Yeah.
and they swear by them that it keeps
Uh,
them cool,
I'm ordering
or
one
at
on
least it keeps them
Amazon.
from having heat stroke.
Oh my God, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
hot summer.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, I'm wondering about that, but,
I know. I moved my stationary bike into my kitchen, so I'm not planning to probably go out and do my long walks and run. No, it's not going to happen.
yeah.
All right, I
Well,
just wanted to look at my chart.
yeah.
Look at my natal chart again. Take a peek at that and the transits. It's nothing complicated. Just a little. We've
She's
had a
like,
lot of
"Okay,
stuff
so
with my.
Saturn's going into Aries. Where the hell is this happening exactly?"
Right.
Like, where exactly is this happening? All right, let me um I was
Thank
really
you
hoping you
again
were going to
for
No, it's okay. I thought you
being
were going
here
to share
tonight.
your
I
spooky
enjoyed. I
story.
had your videos. I know there's some way you can click on YouTube just to have like a playlist. Do you have a playlist?
Yes, if you go to the YouTube
Yeah.
channel,
Right.
if you go to the channel, and click on find the
And
header
it will
that says
just play
playlists.
all day, right?
Uh, uh, well, I think so if you go to
Right.
the playlist and click play, but,
Right. Well,
YouTube, a lot of the channels, or I should
YouTube's
say,
is obnoxious.
well, it's getting yeah, lately it, like, I don't even think it's a 20-minute video, and I think there's, like, 5 ads in it or some shit.
Yeah. Right. And so that was a part of what I was going to say is that today,
Yeah.
about 3 weeks ago, I'm a very, even with all my Aries, very laid back. And I'm high energy, but laid back. But the one thing like irritating me is the commercials. It's just, I mean,
Yeah.
it just, so the
Yeah,
best thing
Christy said the
for
same thing.
myself,
She's like, "I hate ads."
it's just it's because my eyesight and then having to do the remote and the click. And if you don't, now they've added something like if you don't click to move it forward it will do like a 25, 30-minute commercial.
Yeah, you know what? That's
It's
kind of
annoying.
what I don't like too, is they've made it like even the comment
Like if
section
I walk
more
away,
difficult.
right.
Yeah, they've just
So
made it
what I did
more
for myself, which is not typical,
mhm.
but I freaking bought I don't even know how much it cost. I bought the YouTube thing that you don't have commercials anymore.
Oh, right,
And
right. I forget what
and
they call
so
that.
so here's the deal.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot I did it, right? And all of a sudden, like I have no anxiety. I am like enjoying, I'm painting, I'm doing whatever I'm doing. And I
Because you're
just
not
like,
hearing all
what's
those
different?
damn ads.
Oh, I don't have to find my remote.
Yeah.
I don't have to and I'm painting white spots on my remote so I can see which one's the volume or where's what. I mean, oh my God. And so I'm free. I'm free. And it is the best thing I have ever done in my whole life.
The best $13 you've ever spent.
Is that no? I think it's like 100. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
I don't even
I mean,
care.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's like I think it comes either 12 or $13 a month it breaks down to or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
I
But
could be
it's something
wrong.
I probably wouldn't do, right? Because okay, I can handle it. No, I have no anxiety. I'm so happy. I was like, oh my God, what is different? I feel like
Well,
freaking YouTube.
Yeah, it could be that. It could be because I don't know what the ads are like, but
It's
I don't
horrible.
know,
I
like, are
walk
they all
away.
political or some shit?
Well, no, I don't care what the ads say. It's that
Oh.
I'll walk away because the commercial's on, and
Oh, I hear what you're saying. It's
I'll
not so
make my
much the
food
ad,
for
it's just the
dinner.
frustration
And then
of
if
an
I don't
ad.
have my remote, I'll cook for dinner. Normally, a minute and a half, 2 minutes later, boom, I can then hear you or whatever else I got it on.
Yeah.
But no, now they got this other thing. I have to walk back over, get my remote, click it. It's ridiculous.
Aren't we spoiled?
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying,
because
remember back
they
in the
added
day?
in. They didn't forewarn me. They didn't let me know that this was going to happen.
Remember remotes didn't exist?
I remember changing the channel with my toe, laying
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Right? Yep. Or somebody an adult telling you, "Can you get up and go change the channel?"
Oh God, I was by myself.
You weren't always by yourself, though.
We never sat around and watched television. Mm-mm.
Well, that's good.
I don't know what. Yeah. No, well, no, I did. I did.
She said I did. Nobody else did, but you did.
I'd watch that Zoom, and do all their art projects
Oh, yeah, the Zoomers.
in Boston, Mass. Yeah. 02134.
You got me on that one. All right, here we go. Saturn in Aries.
Okay.
Well, Saturn in Aries in your third house. I don't know if you can see the screen or if you
I
see
am.
this,
I
or if
can
it's too
see it
hard
on
to
my
look at.
TV. I'm gonna go over here and see it. Yeah. Okay, I'm watching.
Yeah. So now here's the thing. The Saturn and the Neptune for you, they're not anywhere near a house cusp line. So that's not changing. Saturn and Neptune are going to be staying in your third house for a
Okay.
long time, especially
Yay.
Neptune, especially Neptune because it moves so slow. But they're still in your third house of your mind, right?
Right.
And Neptune being there, that might have had something to do. Neptune going to the 1 degrees might have had something to do with a change because Neptune does represent peace. And remember, the third house is the mind. You follow? So Saturn now creates like some order and some structure, but it's in Aries. Aries is typically optimistic.
Yeah. I'm very optimistic.
It's typically optimistic. Yeah, you're very optimistic. You got your Mars there. You've got your Sun in Aries. You've got your Jupiter in Aries, which is lovely. So there's just like a whole lot of Aries, and you have Aries on that fourth house cusp line of emotions. So that helps a huge amount to be the individual, to kind of be a leader, to be okay doing things solo. Like that makes it okay, Matter of fact, you enjoy that independence.
Oh my God, I'm loving my independence.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right?
nobody can tell me what to do anymore.
Yeah. And that's the freedom in that is just, it really helps with the emotions.
It's actually better than YouTube. I didn't think it could get better, but it is definitely the commercials on YouTube. It's better.
Freedom, baby. It's lovely. So your Mars is at 4 in Aries, and Saturn's not going to touch it because Saturn goes to almost 2 degrees and it begins a retrograde. Neptune starts retrograding at 2 degrees. So, because your Mars is at 4, that Neptune, I think you might feel it once it starts retrograding.
Like what?
Like what? How will it feel? I think it might affect your Mars energy. So you might be a little bit more spiritual. Mars with a Neptune connection, we think meditation, like actively doing meditations.
Yes.
Because it's in the third house for sure, something with the mind. But third house is also the writer. Some people can be like in a meditative, almost like a trance when they're writing. So that might get activated. At the same time, and this is me specifically just talking about Mars making a connection with this Neptune. And that's only because Neptune will begin a retrograde at 2 that Mars will feel it because it'll pull away from it and it'll go back into Pisces. But while it's making that connection to your Mars, you might even feel less aggressive or less physical even, because Neptune tends to kind of have like a surrender mentality to it.
Okay.
This is really going to be more about your mind. So it's possible. It's possible. And I'm only saying this because it's been a theme with myself and a couple other people with Neptune. We always think of the eyes, and you mentioned the eyes earlier.
Mhm.
And, Mars is the head, right? So there might be I know I had an eye thing, and what did I stop doing? Well, I limited the amount of time I would edit. I had limited YouTube time. My YouTube neighbors, I don't watch their videos. I just listen now. Like I make a
Right.
point not to look at the screen
Right.
and then just use my ears,
Right. I'm
because it
audible.
would be me doing it on my phone. Well, it's this big. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
as soon as I made that change, I didn't have any more like throbbing behind the eyes type of crap going on.
Right. Right. Right.
So there
That's-
just might be a little something like that. That's possible.
Mhm.
But because you have so much of that writing impulse and stuff in you, and you've got your Venus at 0 in Gemini,
Mhm.
yeah, it might activate that.
Mhm.
That might be more of because it's a nice sextile to your Venus,
Mhm.
especially with Saturn there, because now Saturn's connecting with your Venus. Your Venus is at 0, and so is Saturn. And it's a sextile. So they're
Yes.
sitting at the table, they speak the same language. They're,
Right.
the Saturn is like a dad energy, and the Venus is like the daughter. And
Yeah.
so they can have an easy rapport.
Mhm.
They can talk, and it's okay. It's not like, "Oh, you suck. You're not listening, damn it. Follow the rules." No, it's more like, "Listen, this is what I want you to do.
Right.
Does this make sense to you? This would be a
Right.
smart thing to do. This would be a good thing to get on board with. Are you with me? Can we work on this long-term project commitment type thing together? Can we get orderly and whatever?" Because Venus can sometimes use a little bit of the Saturn discipline and the Saturn structure, because you have a Venus in Gemini, which can be scattered. Gemini energy is really scattered. It can do like 100 different things at one time. You know what I mean? It can lack focus. Your Saggy energy is where your focus power is at. For everybody, right? That's our power of focus, is our Sagittarius. The Archer, can look at that spot on the bullseye and hit dead in the center, because it's got this unwavering focus. So you have quite a few things actually in the focus department, but most of your Saggies in Pisces. What does that mean?
Sorry. My internet went out for a second. Go
Oh
ahead.
shit.
No, I
Because I've
heard,
been
no, I
talking to
can see you on
myself
the
the whole
TV.
time.
No. It was only a second. I can see you on the TV, and I read your lips. It's fine. I got
Oh,
you.
she said I could read your lips. That's
What I
hilarious.
did was turn the.
That's funny. Oh, she's gone again. Okay, so should I stop
No,
talking?
I'm trying to
she's
turn
there.
the stupid
Okay.
camera, but
She's playing
whatever.
light games. All right.
Yeah, here we go. One second. Yeah, fine. There. Damn! I just got the camera finally off. Now no one has to see
Well,
the
as long as it
jittering
works
of my
for you.
phone. Okay,
So
go ahead.
your focus power, your focus energy is the Saggy, and you have Pallas Athena there. You have Juno there. You have a couple of fixed stars, but being in Pisces can make it fuzzy. So wow, that sucks. Focus and fuzz, they don't go together, right? That's
Right.
like wearing a pair of broken glasses.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So at the same time, when we have that set up in our chart, it kind of forces us to hone in on our other abilities
Okay.
to hear, our intuitions is what I'm saying.
Well, that's interesting. I don't want to interrupt you, but that is something activated in the last. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. Yep.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So, do you follow? Okay.
I follow.
Something happened like about like Thursday or Friday, but it was a building up. Something got activated. I don't, whatever you want to call it, gifts or skills or intuitive gifts or something. I'm not exactly sure. I'm being prepared for something. And I just don't think I'm supposed to get frightened by it. But there's something that happened. And I feel like all my painting and writing, there's going to, something else is coming in, it's running in third right now. And I don't know what it is, but I think I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
That's okay.
yeah, like there's something that happened for sure.
Well,
And, go ahead.
the Jupiter made a move. Jupiter's in Gemini. So the mind, Jupiter made a move to 26 degrees. That's the Venus degree. And guess what? Your Venus is at 0 degrees in Gemini. So those connections matter because that Jupiter, the ancient ruler of Pisces, meaning the ancient ruler of your 12th house.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like everything, and the Neptune in Aries in your 3rd house now has the connection to the fire energy. Like if you look at your 12th house cusp line at 4 degrees, the orb is big actually because you have Juno at 4 degrees. You see, you have this at 4, this at 4. So Neptune is probably making some sort of a connection there to that 12th house because you talk about the intuitions and whatever you want to call it, information downloads, knowings,
exactly
understandings, the big picture, the long term, the future,
the cracked glasses are better. Right.
Say that again.
The cracked glass. Right. Like there is. I don't need the glasses anymore. There's something else.
Yeah. Well, it's a knowing is what it's called.
Right.
There's a knowing that comes online. And not online like online, but online here, right?
Yeah, right. It is.
That's Neptune energy.
Yes. And it's very happy and it's very gentle. And
because she's got fire in the 12th, folks, and fire in the 3rd, and Neptune's in fire right now. So for you, it's experienced in a happy way.
Yes. It's really good. It's like I know
some people,
part of my life is going to be great. First half is okay, but the second half is just going to be a home run. I have no idea what it's going to be, but I feel it.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's like
exciting.
What I was sharing earlier with what Francesca, I guess the Saturn and the delay.
Well, yeah,
I feel like mine's been on delay, but I feel like things have been kind of hidden about myself, and now's the time. Get ready, buckle up.
She said, "Buckle up." The other thing too that's kind of fascinating in your chart is, the Pluto retrograde that's going on.
Yes.
Well, your natal Mercury sits at 3 degrees.
Right.
In Taurus.
Right.
So what happens is when you have Mercury and Pluto connecting, I know it's a square, but regardless, they're still connecting and communicating. And yes, it can cause stress and tension, but it's deep information, understanding something that might have been hidden and that you didn't comprehend before because it's Pluto energy. It's showing you something that was buried and it's connecting to your Mercury. So it could be a connection with family because it's in the 4th house.
Correct.
But the values, maybe even the money, but do you know what I'm saying? So there's a connection that's there.
Right.
There's a deep connection. And it's the 3 degrees, again, the 3rd house, the mind and Mercury.
Yes.
So this is all going on simultaneously,
And I'm okay with it. I don't feel, it's like the windshield wipers are working.
That's a good way of putting it. The wipers are working.
They are.
Because when they're not working, it is hard to see.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. And so I've done a lot of writing, but
Good.
A lot. I mean, I have probably now, I don't know, 15 binders of writing.
Good for you.
But, oh my God, I wouldn't.
Here's the other thing. Like on Thursday, I went and pulled it back to Thursday a little bit. Mars was at 16 degrees even though Mars is a slow mover. Mars was at 16 degrees
That was the day. Go ahead.
in Leo. Like the day before, it was at 15. Okay. So when we go to Thursday, it moved to 16. Well, it's in Leo. Well, look at what you have at 17 degrees in Scorpio.
Can't see.
Your
Oh,
Neptune.
go back.
Neptune.
Oh,
Again, Neptune
right,
comes
right,
up.
Right. That's my natal. Right.
Yeah. So Mars and Neptune
Okay.
squaring.
Yep. I like squares.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
just
good.
I like Pluto. Squares are just a matter of, I like it. It's more challenging in a good way. I don't find it.
Well, it definitely is. Yeah, it's supposed to create, some hurdles. You got to make change. You got to kind of,
Love a hurdle.
well, right. They're hurdles. And that's right. You love hurdles.
I love hurdles. It's fun.
You look forward to the hurdles. And, you also had a really optimistic week. Well, actually, it's been more than just a week, but you had Mars trining your sun, your Aries energy at 14, and then Hercules is at 16. Mars is trining your Hercules right now.
Yes.
So when all that optimistic stuff connects, yeah, it feels really good.
Yes.
It
Yep.
really does. We almost feel invincible when it's like that.
Totally felt invincible.
Like, I can handle anything, damn it.
I'm like, and this is going to last forever.
Well, yeah,
Not.
that's the problem. That's as long, but see, that's the beauty of the astrology. We can see, oh, this isn't going to last forever. I can even tell you when it's going to end, and it'll be like, okay, so when that time comes, I know the world's not crashing down. Mars just freaking moved.
Right. Well, no.
So Venus moved because look, Venus and Mars are in exact trine right now too.
Okay.
You see, Venus is right here at 16 degrees.
Mhm.
She's moved a little bit today because this was on Thursday. Venus was trining the Mars up in the sky at 16,
Right.
but that's a big deal because you have so much in Aries in those teens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I've had a busy Aries, for.
Yes. And even on that day, the moon was in Aries on that day.
On Thursday?
Yes.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, even the moon was in Aries. And your Venus at 16 was connecting. It was a quincunx to your Neptune. And again, it's a Neptune in Scorpio. And it's in the 11th house. So friends and group energy, social programs, social services, but it's the humanitarian energy. It's Uranus energy. So it's different, new, and exciting. It thinks outside the box, super original. So when you connect to Neptune and its knowings, it's understanding like greater truths and knowings.
Correct.
Remember, it's the Venus that was connecting, and you have a Venus at 0 degrees in Gemini.
Yes. And I was working on a lot of my one son, Sam's, for his legal custody. And I really had some creative ideas about.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. What was like
I'm
a 20
sure.
affidavit turned into 93. And
Say that again.
It was like a 20-page affidavit for this part of the custody.
Turned into 93, did you say?
Went to 93 pages.
Oh my God.
And it was great. I mean, it was just, I came up with more civil suits. So I'm suing the mother. We've sued the brother for threatening him with a gun.
Oh, that's right.
Right. Taylor
Yeah.
for one thing. That's whatever. And I just said the other day when he picked up little Grace and she was like, 5 inches away, like filming him the whole time he was in the car. And I was like, why don't you just file another civil lawsuit for like harassment? Because
great idea.
Yes. And the point is not about being mean. It's about saying, don't, I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
One son or my grandson, his son. It's just not going to happen. They should have put the check for she wants like $1 million trust and I see you later, Sam. That's what she wants.
Yeah.
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 And like, what planet are you on? What are your transits look like?
Well,
I mean, I just want to think about it. It's not a bad thing. I find it challenging and enjoyable to do this. And I'm very good. It's been wonderful supporting Sam because he can hear me and trust what I'm saying. And
Mhm.
it's been, I was like, what else would you want to fight for?
Well, that's a good point.
You know, I mean, what else? I mean, there isn't anything you'd want to hold on to that you wouldn't give.
And Mars is the fight energy.
I am a fighter. I used to
Yep.
say fighter, not a fighter. All right, I'm going to let you go. But
That's hilarious.
get your mother some popsicles, right? Get her some easy food. And I love everybody. And once again, it's just such, I'm always a little intimidated coming on here, but right when I hang up, I'm so happy. I feel like I'm
I
finally.
was just going to say, you never sound intimidated. You do great.
Well, it's a joy to share where my energy is and for you to help
Yeah.
give a language to it. And loved everybody, and thank you again.
You are welcome.
Leave
Absolutely.
leaving
Thanks
the
for
green room.
sharing what's going on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Oh, I
We
appreciate
still
it.
want to hear that spooky story.
Oh, well, it's a good one. It'll be worth the wait.
All
I mean,
right.
it's not that great. Don't get your
We
hopes
don't
up.
have any choice. We'll wait.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night.
Mwah. Bye, darling.
Bye-bye. All righty. Yes. Team Wolf's becoming a pumpkin. All right, Team Wolf, happy Saturn and Aries. We made it. I'm just glad that I was really thinking like, man, I don't want to have a headache. I don't want any migraines. Please, Saturn and Aries, don't do that to me. Alyssa. Is Alyssa here? Oh my God, I didn't know Alyssa was here. How did I not know that? Alyssa is next. If she passes, then it's magically intuitive came back. Yeah, we did. We called your name, Magically Intuitive. I didn't draw your chart up because you didn't answer when I called your name, and I don't draw up charts if people aren't here because that's not fair to me and my time. But if you're here, and if Alyssa is next, if Alyssa is here, is the question. They said Alyssa's here. I don't know. Is Alyssa here? I don't see her in the chat anywhere. But Ray Finkel, I don't have TQB. Okay, I will do my research. What's going on with this Ray Finkel dude? No, I don't have his digits. All right. Well, I scrolled to see if Alyssa was here. I don't see her name. Christy. Oh, I'll mind my own business. We're having a conversation about something. Oh, Magically Intuitive is here, but well, we're all right. Magically Intuitive is here, and I don't see Alyssa. Alyssa might not be here any longer. You know, people fall asleep, or they don't want to wait, or their internet is a thing. You're like, God knows that's a thing, right? Internet constantly bopping out. All right, let me get this chart drawn up. Where are those digits again? Let's see if we can find them so that we can take a quick peek at Magically Intuitive. So Magically Intuitive, how did you come across the channel? Just curious how you found us and where are you watching from, since, yeah, I don't think that we've had you here before. And where are the digits for Magically Intuitive? Oh, there they are. Thank you. I know they were there before. Got it. Looking at astrology videos. All right, let me change this chart around a little bit here. Finally, I don't know what the damn blower was on this computer. It was driving me crazy. Watching from Texas. All right. Hello, Texas. We got some people out there in Texas. Boondocking with Dennis is in Texas. He's in Rockport, Texas. Whereabouts are you? We don't need your home address. All right, so we have May 25th. What? Is that right? Are you like, is this a happy birthday? She's like, I need a happy birthday reading. Wow. Have you ever seen your chart before? I have to verify that this is your chart before I read it. Do you know your rising sign? If you've seen your chart before. Let me get the location tied into this real quick, and then the Bahamas. All right, let me get this chart on here and tell you what I'll tell you what I have. And then you tell me, let's see if I can get this over to here. All right, so this tells me that you are a Taurus ascendant, 18 degrees. Does that sound like you? If you've seen your chart, because I don't want to waste, I'm not going to read a chart that isn't you. Is that a yes to the Taurus ascendant at 18 degrees? Because then I can save this into my system. Sometimes the system is wacky, you know. Taurus rising. Okay, so you don't know the degrees then. All right, well, we'll give it a shot. If it's your chart, it'll sound like you. You'll know if it's your chart. And if it doesn't sound like you, well, then we got the wrong time, or the stuff came up wrong, because sometimes this software drives me batty. Click the link. Yeah, well, I'm going to have to read. Let me give you the invite. I don't know if you want the link. That's if you actually want to. Mansfield. Oh, I see. I don't have no clue where the hell Mansfield is. Texas is big. Yeah, where the hell's Mansfield? Yep. Did I drop the link? Houston is a go. Yeah, so there's the link if you want it. Again, you don't have to pick up the link, because I'm just gonna read this chart. We're gonna see who you are. Yeah. Okay, it says you're here. You picked up the link. All right. Got the link and you got the microphone on. That's good. Let's see if we can hear you. Hello, hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Woohoo. All right, you got to make sure that you're right close to that microphone. Although I'm probably going to be doing most of the talking. So I don't know if you're, let me see here if I can get this baby. Okay, here we go. All right, this is a Gemini's birthday.
Yes.
And you got a birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Woohoo. You don't sound too thrilled about that.
I'm happy to get out of my sixth perfection year and into my seventh perfection year. So
Yeah, that starts to, yep. That's good. That is good. So I couldn't hear what was the planet that was perfected for you, or what sign?
I'm entering into my seventh year tomorrow.
So are you saying it was Libra?
I don't know which planet it is. honestly, but I know I'm in my 6th year. I didn't like it. I'm entering into my seventh
Okay.
year.
Well, let me ask you. You said it was a sixth year. Normally, it's a sign, like a perfected sign type of thing. But you just have numbers in your head. So 6 would be Virgo. I don't know if that's the correlation exactly. Was it a health thing?
Yes,
Okay, then it was Virgo. It was your health. Okay. Well,
it's
then if you've
pretty.
gone, so
It
7th would
wasn't.
be Libra.
Yes,
Okay. So then that means this Libra area of your chart, which this is what will be lit up for you for the next year then. If this is all accurate and good. So with that said, Libra is still going to be partially in this, you've got quite a bit of Libra in your 6th house. And that still is health, but it's also daily routines, okay? It's daily routines, it's tasks, it's projects, it's like to-do lists and keeping busy, but the relationships, right?
yeah,
Significant one-on-one relationships and the partnerships. So that would be like work partnerships or domestic partnerships, right?
yeah,
Domestic 6th house. So whoever you live with, whether you're partnered up and married or not, or if it's just, you could have like me, I've got 2 housemates. And so, yeah, the Venus energy, that's Venus. That will be Venus for you. So let's take a look at some of the other basics of your natal chart so that I can understand this a little bit more. All right, so here's the thing. Venus is in your 12th house. Okay? So that
okay,
talks about hidden 12th, hidden love, hidden money, hidden desires, because it's in Taurus. You follow?
yes,
Yeah. And Venus also rules Libra. Yeah. So the thing about this Libra stuff is being in Virgo energy. Virgo can be super meticulous. So if it's domestic energy, it's like everything has a place and there's a place for everything. And it should be beautiful because it's Venus, right? And so sometimes beauty just means cleanliness, keeping things clean and orderly. And if they're not, that might cause you stress. And Venus can be controlling in that way. We have a saying here, like if you ever want to piss off a Virgo, move something in the house.
that's funny.
And so this might make sense for you. Maybe not so much about just moving it, but just things being really disorganized might stress you out, because especially in the home, like things that need to be where they belong. But things should be clean and beautiful because you've got beauty in the home, in the placement of cleanliness of Virgo 6th house. Now, this is going to be food too, food related for sure. So when people have this, they can be really creative with food and cooking, but also in a lot of other ways because it's Venus energy. So it depends on how you use your Venus energy. But I don't know if you're tapped into your creativity, but because you have Taurus in the 12th, Pisces energy, this should be highly creative. And there may be music and voice and vocals, but also highly intuitive. When you have 12th house energy activated, you have your moon in the 12th, you have your Venus in the 12th, you have your south node in the 12th, south node, 5 degrees, super creative energy, but can also be very vocal. So a lot of prominent vocalists have Taurus and Leo energy. And you've got the south node in Taurus at the Leo degree. You follow? And it's in the house of music and
Yeah,
sound, Pisces. Now, sometimes people don't activate these energies. Sometimes they just haven't experienced it. They just haven't done that. But maybe when you were younger or smaller, you might have enjoyed art or singing, or 12th house can be dramatics and movies and theaters and plays and costumes and makeup for sure with your Venus. Maybe
Yeah.
not makeup so much, but like hair and jewelry. It's anything to make somebody look beautiful, to beautify anything or something, and being creative in a way to express a creativity. And because your sun is at 3 degrees, the sun is how I stand out and how I express. And you have a 3 degree sun, which tells me writing, but also talking, communicating, vlogging, because it's in Gemini energy. You also have a retrograde Mercury. Holy crap. Okay. Definitely. This speaks to the mind energy, but it's in the second house. So something here with sharing, learning would be big, teaching, even communications, and being able to make money with those things. Again, this is vlogging, blogging, videos, blah, 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 the whole YouTube thing and whatnot, and social media and all that crap. But because you have Mercury here, this means that you can have an income. You can create at least an avenue of income. You know, when somebody has a Gemini on the second house, Gemini likes lots of options. It likes diversity. It likes to have choices. It doesn't want to be doing the same old thing all the time. So this is the kind of person who might have multiple avenues of income that come in. So this means that for you, it's if you aren't doing that, if you haven't tapped into it, then that's something that you can unfold and discover in time for yourself. But Mercury is definitely a communicator.
Yeah, I have an online store, so that makes sense.
Yeah, well, you have a retrograding Mercury. It's a retrograding. So do you find that this can go a couple of different ways? Normally, Mercury in Gemini is great because Mercury rules Gemini. So it makes sense. But when you have a retrograde Mercury, it speaks to you being possibly a deeper thinker or rethinking things over and over because it's a retrograde. So it kind of internalizes it, like it really thinks about it. Sometimes when people have a retrograding Mercury, it's like the brain doesn't turn off. They really pay attention to the details even. You do have your Mercury in this chart anyway, in the second house. Now, with Mercury in Gemini being strong, let me see if you have any aspects to that Mercury real quick. Mercury and Taurus are complicated. Taurus is slow. It's not quick like Mercury. Okay, so second house is Taurus. So having your Mercury there and your Gemini there means that learning certain things may be a challenge. You may have experienced that when you were younger or as in school, that some people sometimes are slow when it comes to talking when they're really, really small, or slow when it comes to learning how to read, or just whatever. There just might be some sort of a learning thing. But that would only be if you have like some difficulties aspecting your Mercury, and because you've got Mercury in the second. But the bonus is having a Mercury in Gemini because it's already strong there. And the fact that it's a retrograde Mercury. So that's a bonus. Okay, you have a 0 degrees Uranus. That's also the mind. Okay. That's kind of strong. Oh, it's conjunct Pandora's box. All right, this can be tricky for you. Yeah, that can be tricky. Uranus is sudden. It's like, ooh, shiny. That's Uranus energy. Different, new, unique, sudden, disruptive even. Disruptive with technology. Technology being disruptive with you. Like, I think we lost you, actually. I don't even know if you're here. And that's interesting because, yeah, the Uranus energy. Wait a minute. Let me see if it looks like you might be, maybe you got booted out, huh? Let's see if she's here. Hold on. Okay, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, you are? Okay. All right. So I don't know. The timing was pretty crazy, right? The internet either booted you out or something happened, but Uranus at 0 degrees, yeah, promise of shocks, surprises, and disruptions. And it's an Aquarius energy. So this is live streaming and online, group energy, and astrology. No, no shit. And there we go. We had an example. You had a nice little disruption in there. And Pandora's box is right next to it. So that's like opening a can of worms with the Pandora's box. So what this tells me is sometimes some of the sudden new exciting things that you want to go ahead and take action on, um, because that's a retrograding Uranus too. Ooh, that means it's extra like shocking and surprising and sudden, right? Because it's Uranus, disruptive. There might be times where you do something that's new and different and exciting and uniquely you, and the combination of, okay, I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have went there, or I shouldn't have, there might be a little bit of a regret in some things because of this Pandora's box. And it could be, like, I don't know, because it's group energy, there could be something with friends, because friends are also this Aquarius and Uranus energy. And this can be an authority figure. Uranus can be dad, can be a boss figure, can be someone who has authority over you. Usually it's masculine energy. Oh, wow, you've got some really strong stuff. You have a 29 degrees Pluto in the 7th house, and that is in an exact square to your Mars in this chart. Now, you have a Mars in Leo at 29. I'm really curious because this is an exact square that you have between Mars and Pluto. So what this tells me, because it's the Mars in your 4th house, are there times, 4th house, my emotions, family, my feelings and emotions, my emotional security. It's Leo energy, which can be very optimistic, quite courageous, wants to have a good time and wants to laugh, wants to have fun. Having Mars there and then the Mars squaring the Pluto, do you feel like you have some intense emotions? Even if the intense emotions can be about, having a good time or romantically involved, even because it's Mars in Leo energy, can also be physically active, but this can also inflame and activate our emotions, especially pertaining to home and family and mom and the mother wound. That can be a thing there. And the square to Pluto can create a lot of depth and intensity and talks about wounds from the past in partnerships.
Yes, I would say that I experienced a lot of intense relationships.
Can you repeat that and say it louder? It's kind of muffled, and I don't know what's going on. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear that.
I said, yeah, I would say I attracted some intense relationships.
Yeah,
Previously, I mean, it was like really intense. The
yeah.
current relationship I'm in, I don't think it's as intense as the previous one.
Are you happy about that or no?
In some aspects, because
Mhm.
intense could be good or it could be bad. um,
Well, yeah, it can go both ways. That's why I had to ask. You know, like
yeah.
some people. I mean, I've looked at people's charts before for relationships, and they had some super intense, deep connections, right? And at the end of the day, it just comes down to, do you want that? Are you happy with that? Or is it too much? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and so, yeah, the great thing about the depth with the promise of the intensity with the Scorpio and Pluto energy is it's usually there's a layer of depth there, a depth to the connection that's felt. It's an energetic connection. It's not just, ooh, there's just more there. There's more there than meets the eye. I'll put it like that. And For some people, they feel like they have to have that. You know, otherwise it's like an empty type of a relationship for them. But at the same time, the intensity, sometimes things get kind of wicked.
Yeah.
Like when people get heated and their emotions get flowing and there might be an argument. Sometimes you know, this can get aggressive. It can get aggressive. It's Mars and Pluto. It can get aggressive. That's just the way it is. It can fly off the handle.
Yeah. My previous relationships were like that.
Yeah. So that's good that you know that. And so it sounds like this is your chart.
Yes, that's
Because,
definitely my chart.
yeah. And so this is the thing to keep aware of. I don't know if you knew this about that Uranus energy. And I mention it because it's a retrograding Uranus that you have. And so that means that needing freedom, needing the feeling of independence, especially when it comes to your beliefs about your future, that's going to be a big deal. And, you know, religion and spirituality, your philosophy on life, you have Uranus there, which means unique. Like they haven't created me like yet. You can't define me and put me in that place because my beliefs are so unique, right? Like there's not even a name for what I believe in, you know? Uranus at 0 retrograding, that means double extreme energy. Double extreme. So that means that if you were in relationships that might be with somebody older, okay. Let me see here. Oh wow, you even have a freaking retrograding Jupiter and you have it in your 7th house because this is relationship energy. And it's a retrograding Jupiter. Okay, let me see one other thing here. Okay, so your greater benefic is Venus. She is your great benefic. All right, so she's kind of hidden. Remember, she's in the 12th, so she's hidden. But feminine energy, and I had to check that out because we either have Venus or Jupiter, and Jupiter is not your greater benefic, but you even have Jupiter at the Aquarius/Uranus degree. Wow. So how long have you been studying astrology or been involved with astrology?
Um, maybe like a year, 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm I'm actually a psychic medium. I'm learning astrology. I could like read somebody's chart. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I could tell you're reading Placidus. I typically read whole sign. Um, but I'm more mediumship kind
Yeah,
of
there's a
person.
big
I
difference
am.
between a psychic and a medium.
Yeah,
So just yeah, those two words.
but
I know
I'm
in marketing they all just put them all together as one word.
yeah, but I would say I'm more like psychic and like medium because I know medium is like talking to like the dead people. But psychic for me is like when you could like make predictions about what's to come.
Mhm.
Um, so that's more what I've been that way since I was a kid. It's
Mhm.
weird. It actually scared me. But now that I'm an adult, I have more like boundaries to
There you
I
go.
can maneuver it better.
The boundaries are so key. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's good because yeah, you're young. That's great. I'm glad to hear that you have those boundaries. So just so you know, in this chart, right, seeing Scorpio energy in partnerships. Well, Scorpio is that, you know, it's very psychic energy, but it can also, like you said, you were saying the combination of connecting with the other side and talking to dead people, connecting with the other side, being very psychic. Scorpio has that ability to do both. Um, the the difference in connecting and knowing if you're connecting with some legitimate stuff number one is the boundaries. So you got that, which is great. That's super important. And I think having a Pluto at 29 degrees gives you the wisdom. You have Pluto at 29 degrees because I have lots of people who are much older than you who know nothing about the boundaries, the energetic boundaries, and dealing with the other side. So you're very fortunate that you have that. And you have Venus, your great benefic, in the 12th house of the highly intuitive location with your moon in the 12th house. Very sensitive and can connect to the other side as well. So, and your south node, of course, there too. So so you've got multiple things that line up with that for you. So partnerships was the whole reason I started talking about Scorpio. Partnerships. Well, you've got that there. Talking to the other side and those partnerships, but you know how to draw the line, which is great, and having the boundaries. Oh, you had a Saturn return.
Yes, Saturn and Pisces. Oh my God, horrible.
You got a little one back there? I hear the little ones in the
Yeah, that's my baby. I have one.
back. How old?
She's about to be 3 on Monday. Our birthday is one day apart.
Holy crap. Wow. Double happy birthday. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. 3. Whoo. Fun age, 2 and 3. Way funner than they are later on, though. So I'm being honest when I say fun. As long as you can keep up with them, you're good. But yeah, when they get older, life, yeah. Anyway, it just becomes more about life, and you know how life is. But yeah, Pluto at 29, I think you'll be fine. Okay, well, that's good. This looks like it's your chart then. Here's the other thing too: is there's going to be a lot of sensitivities. I don't know if you realize the empathic ability. That's part of the of the um, of the intuitive stuff, the empathic ability with Cancer energy, and in your placement of communication and of the mind, you have Cancer energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you, because you have Cancer in your third house is the mind. Cancer energy is the moon. And where's her moon, everybody? In the sensitive house of Pisces. You see how I'm connecting the dots?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Your moon's already going to be sensitive and highly intuitive because it's in the 12th house. And you know what the 12th house is? Other than Pisces and Neptune? The 12th house is the high sensitivities, were the sponge of the zodiac, the 12th house. So we get sensations, we have an understanding of things that are hidden, we have knowings of things that people don't have knowings about. We just know certain things. Many times we know things we have no business knowing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There's things where you have to, and I'm not saying this because I'm not saying you're not that way, although you do have a Gemini sun at 3 degrees. They have to be careful about what they say. Sometimes things can come out that I don't know, sometimes things can come out that, I don't know, it just might have been better left not said at all. So that's where discernment comes in. And again, you might have already have developed it, 29 degrees, Pluto, where everything that comes across to you isn't meant to be shared, which I think might be a challenge because
Yeah,
you have the Mercury.
I have that challenge sometimes with work. Um
Yeah.
and not only that, sometimes I have that challenge with, like, sometimes I see something that's going to happen and I try to prevent it from happening, not for myself, but for other people. And sometimes people can't handle certain things that you tell them. And
Well,
then,
yeah. Yeah, the
Sometimes
secret
it's
is if they ask you, then that's one thing. If they don't, that's the
yeah,
Gemini and the Sagittarius. Keep it zipped.
yeah. That's
That's
what I
just
learned. Sometimes it's
yep,
just better just to like not say
yep.
nothing.
If somebody, and that's one of the lessons. It really is. It's Sagittarius energy who wants to share. I mean, Gemini does too, but Saggy, it kind of gets to the point sometimes where it feels like it knows the truth and that it must share the truth, right?
And it
And
gives me a
so
little
it just
blush.
is a process of learning that, it's just discernment, developing the discernment of, everything isn't supposed to be shared. That's one of the oldest rules too, or sayings is, don't cast your pearls among swine.
Yeah, I had to learn that.
Hell yeah, everybody has to learn it. You're not the only
It's
one.
it's it's
But I would
hard
think,
though, especially when
yeah.
it's people you care about.
Yeah, yeah, and this is I don't know if you said at the job or whatever, but this is siblings and neighbors, coworkers, friends, and peer energy. All this Gemini energy. Siblings, neighbors, coworkers, peers, friends,
Yeah.
online too. Online neighbors, friends, coworkers, whatever, just stuff online. So anyway, some of the stuff can be used as for, honing in on your craft and practice, but it's also the discernment factor and just knowing, okay, just keep it zipped. So I hope this made sense, and I hope that the Gemini or that the Aquarius, I hope that made sense for you. Um, and maybe in time it'll make more sense. But one thing is for sure, when Uranus, which is going to happen soon, when Uranus goes into Gemini energy here, you're going to have Uranus training Uranus. So when we talk about learning and my mind being kicked up a notch and the mind racing and going really fast and getting a lot of information, you're going to have Uranus trine Uranus, and your Uranus is in Aquarius. So this should be interesting. Is the word that I'll give it. You'll have to come
I have
back
a
and give me a report.
Can I ask a question, please?
What's your
Um,
question?
I know your Uranus goes into Gemini, I think July.
Hmm.
Um, so that's gonna be in my second house.
No, that's your first house. Your second house doesn't begin until 16 degrees of Gemini. This is where your
Oh,
second house begins at 16. Uranus will go to 0 degrees. And I think it only goes to 2 and then it retrogrades. It goes back into Taurus. So you're not going to have it touching your second house for some years. It's not going to be there for some years.
okay.
All righty.
Okay. Thank you.
You are welcome. Hope this helped.
It did. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Yep. You have a good night. Bye bye.
Thank you.
All right. Heightened awareness and change, where these hidden aspects of the psyche are forced into the light, could lead to unexpected revelations. Yeah. I think she might get a couple of those already anyway, you know, for real. Okay, are we done? Was that it? Is that it on my list? I think it is. Is Stacy here? I know, right? Her and her daughter. So Mansfield is part of Dallas Fort Worth. Oh, thank you. I had no idea. I never heard of Mansfield. It's part of Dallas Fort Worth. Okay. I've heard of Dallas. Yeah. Yeah. Um yeah, I think we're done. Done, done, done. Yeah, you're right. The Humea at 0. Yep, Uranus will trigger that too. It'll be a big trine. She'll have a big trine. She'll have Uranus and Gemini, her natal Uranus up there, and then her 0 degrees Humea. And the Humea, let me see, that's in her 5th house. Yeah, children, fun, joy, creativity. Yeah, it's a nice trine. But it definitely will bring about different, new, and exciting, and that's for damn sure. Christy has an event. Christy's here and wants to tell us about her event. Oh, yeah. She did email me about her event. I probably should have mentioned it at the beginning of the... Yeah, I need email reminders on that crap. Like, for real. Yeah, Christy is planning a trip. Well, she's probably already mentioned it on here, but she's literally got a date and everything. Christy created is Christy, she's not even here, is she? Is she here? You're welcome, Magically Intuitive. You are welcome. Just moved from Frisco to Manfield. Ah, really? So you went from California to Texas? When you say Frisco? Twins? Pregnancy? What? What? What are you talking about? Where did that come from, Gibson? Twins? Pregnancy? Oh, Lord. I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm not going to say... I was on something else in my brain. Now I know where you're at. Oh, Lord. You don't want to hear that, do you? Oh, shit. Magically Intuitive, do you hear what she said? Oh, my God. Yeah, that would be a surprise, I would think. She's got a little one that's 3. Oh, my Lord. Whew. Well, she said, I do want twins. Well, we'll see. Because that is Humea in her 5th house. My gosh. People blow my mind away. People who want... I always dream of twins. It was that. No, it was that, Matt. Oh, the event she had last week. Oh, yeah, I wanted to know about that. I didn't... Yeah, I'm like, a massacre? What? So it must have been like a paranormal event, huh? Yeah, you were right. The triangle, you were absolutely right. She does have a trine. Yeah. When that Uranus gets there, it will trigger Humea. And Humea in the 5th house is children. It is. It's also romantic partners. Yep. Yeah. It's those things. Mm-hmm. And the connection, my baby is so lonely. She always says her brother, really? Well, then if maybe that's what you'll get. If that's what you want, your baby wants siblings. I mean, I don't know. It just kind of always freaks me out. I'm like, I don't even know how people can afford to take care of themselves, let alone have babies and raise babies. Like, I'm just like, wow. I just, yeah, my mind is blown. I'm just always like, wow. How do people do it? Well, one thing about that too, Gibson, what is kind of interesting about that is that her Venus is her greater benefic, right? And at the very beginning, yeah, in her chart, Venus in Libra, her greater benefic, right? And her Venus is starting her perfected year. On her birthday is when her new perfected year begins. So, holy crap. Let us know. there's yeah, if that's what you want, there's things lining up. By that way anyway. I mean, that would be interesting. Wouldn't it? Hey, Donna, how are you doing? I didn't even see you there. Yeah, Saturn. Yeah, matter of fact, it's already made the move. It's killing you, but it's already made the move. Saturn's in Aries. You made it through. I honestly cannot even remember your chart. But do you know where your Saturn is? You said the Saturn was killing you or just the anticipation of it? Yeah, Saturn is in Aries now. It made the move an hour ago. Let me move. Let me get rid of this chart here. Donna, I can't even remember your chart. It's been a long time. I'm looking like, that's Donna. Holy crap. What? Gibson. I lived on Coca-Cola and M&Ms. That's how I did it. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I don't. Man, that's a slow, painful death for me. Coca-Cola and M&Ms. That is a slow, painful death for me, man. I couldn't do it. I am hanging in there. It's been a rough ride. Pisces rising. Okay, right. Okay, Virgo. Yeah, we miss you too. So you're thinking the Saturn and Pisces is what's been doing the number on you, though, right? That's what you're saying, and you're happy for it to get the hell out of Pisces. Let me go over there. Just do a really quick one because I got like 8 minutes left. Let me see. Let me see. Lord. Okay, I didn't know I had a few Donnas. Holy crap. But it must be you. June 7th, 1965. Does that sound right? I swear I got to clean out this system. I think so. June 7th, 1965. You're not saying I think that that's my chart, my birthday, right? You know that that's your birthday? Okay. I'm like, how many glasses? Wait a minute. You're June 6th? Oh, no. I read that wrong. Got it. Okay. Okay. So, oh, Donna, you kind of lucked out. I guess, yeah, there was nobody else before you. Wow, you lucked out. Let me, June 7th. Okay, good. I'm like, how many glasses of wine have you had tonight? Okay, let me, Gibson. Yeah, I was thinking you were right about that triangle. If I can, how do I get, yeah, let me get that off of there so we can kind of take a peek. I didn't realize I had this. Yeah, I had that on all that. Okay. So what are you going through? All right. So Saturn in Pisces, you had your Saturn return. Okay, that's done and over. Oh, Saturn on the ascendant. Gotcha. And so you're like, Saturn will be in the first house. Okay. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Saturn and Neptune in your first house. Saturn and Aries. Bam. And Saturn in the first house, you know, we started to have a discussion about this earlier tonight. How does Saturn do when it's in Aries energy? The first house, having Aries there is good because, like, that's the home of the first. Mars rules the first house. So that's nice. But Saturn coming into the first house may feel like it's slowing you down. It can feel like that. Now, I feel as though Saturn in Aries can actually be very beneficial if we understand the slowdowns. We understand why we're feeling a slowdown or a restriction or a limitation, and we make an adjustment, because Saturn is, as they say, the taskmaster. And this part is true. When you mix a mixture of Saturn and Mars energy together, it's actually a great combination. And that's what Saturn and Aries is. It's a very powerful combination. Mars is very disciplined under Saturn's direction. The difference is, will your Mars take Saturn's direction? And that's up to you as an individual. So when Saturn comes in the first house, it can be teeth and bones and the head because it's Saturn. Sometimes it's the skin because it's Saturn. This is all first house stuff, but Saturn specifically, right? The knees, the bones, maybe even the spine. I know in the past you mentioned something with the back, but this is going to change things. I think you had the back issues with Saturn and Pisces. I think. I can't, because, man, it's been a minute. I honestly don't. Yeah, I don't want to speak out of place, but if we pay attention to our body, because it's Saturn in the first house, Mars is the body. If we pay attention and listen to what the body tells us, then the Mars energy normally does quite well. There's usually a good response. Now, with that said, really quickly, let me see. Okay, so this is why Saturn plays probably more of a restrictive role on you, because Saturn is your great malefic, actually. Yeah, your sun is down here. So Saturn creates those limitations because it presents as your malefic. And when that happens, well, we just got to kind of say, okay, you're the boss. Let me do what you tell me to do. Now, because it's hand in hand with Neptune, I think this is going to be a little bit different. Saturn might not be able to bring as much on the restrictions and the slowdowns because Neptune is there. But at the same time, with Neptune and Aries, Neptune's about sleep and rest and dreams and fantasy and make-believe and creative, Neptune's not a very good physical energy. So when we think of Neptune in the material tangible, which it isn't, but when we think about it in terms of our body, we think of our feet, right? So there just might be a little something there, but also the head, because it's in Aries and it's in the first house. So again, maybe eyes even in the first house and in the head, right? You don't have anything. You don't have any planets in Aries. Let me get rid of this. You don't have any planets in Aries at 0. You see that? No, you don't have anything until 11 degrees in Aries. So let me look at the cross section. And what does she have? She's got Venus at 1 degrees in Cancer. Cancer and Aries square each other. But Venus is your great benefic. Your great benefic is Venus. So this might be a benefit for you. Even though it's a square, it might be a benefit because you've got Neptune over there, even though you can't see it, right? But we know Neptune's sitting here at 1, Neptune in a square to your Venus, your greater benefic. And then Saturn comes along. So it's still a square for you. Capricorn. All right, you do have Black Moon Lilith up here at 1 degrees in Capricorn. So I feel like once Saturn gets away and pulls off of that square, but the thing is, it's going to be sitting there. Saturn doesn't even get to 2 degrees of Aries, and then it starts to retrograde. Neptune does get to 2, and it starts to retrograde. So the Saturn story for you and the stress and the tension, the restriction, it's the 4th house and the 10th house. So it's home, it's family, it's emotions, and it's career. It's the 10th house. It's my long-term goals. my long-term financial security, my job, my work, a boss energy, even authority figure, might even be spouse energy because it's 10th house and it's Capricorn, father figure, even, and you have that, you've got, it triggers the great cross that you have in your chart. But it's not the great cross that you have multiple times. It's now just Capricorn and Venus because you don't have anything in Aries, you see? So I'm hoping for you that this will be a little bit lighter. I got Taffy banging on the door. Boy, that cat knows exactly when it's midnight. I swear to God. She knows mealtime and when it's midnight. She's starting to meow now. Yeah, you have no Aries. I have a feeling it will be what? It'll be easier? Let me get her. Well, hello. I'm ending. I know I'm in your room. I'm just about to end. Yes, I know. I'm just about to end. Ah. Oh, Donna, I should have gave you the link, but we're ending. Okay, well, as long as it, yeah, it's pulled off of that horrible, that great square that you have all the time. That's what made it so hard. It was first a Saturn retro or return, then your Chiron, and then it activated your grand cross. Saturn Aries will be easier. Yeah. It should be because you got nothing at the 0 degrees. It's just handling across that way and the other way instead of like okay, hold on. She's like getting daggers in me. Come here. Come here. Come on. You want to come and say goodnight? Come on. I guess Taffy wanted to say goodnight to everybody. Come on. Did you want to say goodnight? Huh? Come on. Did you want to say goodnight? Huh? See? Did you want to say goodnight? Did you want to say goodnight? Say, come on already. Donna says hello. Oh, yeah, migraines and teeth. Yeah, the Saturn stuff. Yeah. 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 Yeah, Donna. Yep. You have a good night, Donna. All righty. You take care. Okay, Taffy, we're going to sign off. Are you ready to sign off? All right. So everybody, whoever's still here, we will not be here on the YouTube channel next week on the live stream because we will be, for those who made it for the private lives, we will be private. We will still be having a live, but we will be private. You will not be able to see it unless you are in on the private live. So I got one seat left for the June one. And then we start taking for the next month for July. Seems crazy, doesn't it? Time's flying by. All right. If you want to get in on that, comment below go to the email that's down below and I'll send you details to get in on a private live. They are limited seats available for that. I keep them small. They're personal and they're private. All right, guys. I think we're all set. Thank you, Stacy, for doing what you do for me and keeping track of everybody. It really, really, really helps. It keeps me sane. And Taffy's just like parked down here after all of that. She just wants to sit under my arm. Yes, Stacy, get well, man. Take care of yourself and don't work so damn hard. I mean, that girl, you went through a lot. Yes. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Gibson. And for everybody else that came tonight and for everybody that sent me money to the Cash App and the Venmo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you guys. Well, some of you I will see next week. Uh-oh, Taffy, we got a spider coming down on the wall. Taffy, do you see that spider? All right. We got to end. Thank you, everybody. See you when I see you. Bye-bye.